Welcome back to the channel. Apologies for making reference to the film Wicked last time out, but it's true. We've had a wicked start to the season and we're still defying gravity. The other thing I've done is I've managed to sort out the players' pictures in the tactics screen. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 105 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games. First up is match day 5 in the Championship. It's another of those sides that have fallen out of the Premier League. Last time out, you remember, we did beat Nottingham Forest. Can we go and make it a double when we beat Bournemouth? Bournemouth was our affiliate club up until the start of this season, so they won't be happy if we go and beat them. And then we are away in South Wales to Swansea for the Carabao Cup second round. Can we go further in the competition than we've ever been before? If we can get through to the third round, we certainly will be there. As I said in the intro, we have sorted out the pictures on the tactics screen as well. If you're interested to know how I fixed them, stay tuned. I will tell you in just a short while when we get through to the tactics screen. But of course, I did leave some videos behind with how to get the new gens working and all the rest of it. Go and have a look in the playlist, the tutorial playlist, and I'm sure they're there, or still there, for you to go and have a look if you want to know how to sort your new gens out in your game using a bit of software called I've forgotten what it's called actually. Let's just double check. It's New Game Manager. That was it. New Game Manager. So that's the bit of software that you need to download. There is a new version of it, and you need to download a different face pack. I have downloaded it and I can't seem to get it to work, and I wonder if it's because the face pack isn't the same, and I don't want to mess it up. Might use it at another date or check out to see why it's not working. Anyway, all that said and done, don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know if you know about the new GANs and all the rest of it. Let me know down below if you've enjoyed this series and you want to see more tutorials, more shirt videos, that sort of thing. Let me know in the comments, and you can follow everything that's going on the channel simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, let's get into it then. We haven't played any games since you were last with us. Last time out, it was a 0-0 draw against Middlesbrough in the Championship. Our first points dropped this season in the third game, but we then did go on to beat Nottingham Forest 2-1. Stefan Adamson, before he got injured, on 32 minutes, and Jesse Derry halfway through the second half on 77, put in the game to bed. It was the fact that we gave away a goal early on in 19 minutes that blotted the landscape a little bit, really. But otherwise, another win, and not a bad start to the season. Can we continue it today? It would be great to get to the end of August unbeaten. And I just put the mockers on it. That is the question. Bournemouth are our first opponents, but before we do anything else, we are a week out from the end of the transfer window, so we will be looking possibly at some point to see whether we need to bring anybody else in. Just a quick check on the medical centre. We've got Stefan Adamson out for 2 to 3 months with that torn hamstring. Mika Peters is out with torn thigh muscle. He's going to be out for 5 weeks to 2 months. And Glory Nzingo's coming back very, very shortly. Casey Petit and Travis Patterson both had little knocks, but seem to be okay again now, which is also good news. Yeah, we did mention about the squad. And if there's any areas, what we've got to be careful of is there have been a few murmurs going on regarding a couple of our players. Yao Virginia is one of them. He's being touted. I think Norwich have dropped off. They've actually got a new goalkeeper now. Norwich were in after him. We thwarted them, to which Yao Virginia wasn't too happy. But Ross County are after him now in Scotland, but it depends whether they want to flex his release clause, which is only 375,000, I hasten to add. So it's not very big. So we need to be just keeping one eye on what's available to see if we need to bring anybody else in. But Winterbottom could come in as a sort of temporary replacement, but we would want a backup goalkeeper. I don't think Luke Campbell quite is up to it. The other one that's been touted around and about is in this sort of defensive midfield. And as you see, we do have a few of them in on trial at the moment, one of which is standing out. Joel Cottrell is a possibility if something happens in this area. Having said that, I have noticed that there's a wanted now dropped off. There's a wanted for Casey Petit, which is interesting, but there has been a drop off. I think it was O'Grady Mackham possibly that was touted around and about. So we just need to quickly go through, just check there's no wanteds. There's a few more trialists in. I don't think there is now. It looks like it's just, having had a quick flick through, it just looks like Virginia. That's the one that might not stick around. I thought it was Charlie Olsen as well, but maybe not. Okay, that's good news. So really, the only one we're really worried about at this moment is Virginia. So we'll just see what happens to him in due course. But it'd be great to make some money on him if we could. We'll see if we can push his price up. If he's reticent to go. And we'll see if we can push that get us maximum amount of money out of him as we possibly can. Right, first game up then is Bournemouth, currently 5th in the table. We haven't played them so far in this series. As I say, they were an affiliate club to us and severed all links at the start of this season because we're playing in the same league. And I think there might be some regulation as to you can't have affiliated clubs in the same league. So I guess it worked when we were low down in the National League, but now we're up in the Championship. It probably doesn't work. Anyway, they have we have 8 players that are on trial. Stephen Adamson obviously out with torn hamstring and Zingo with a twisted ankle. They have Kajusti is doubtful with a twisted ankle. There's lots of twisted ankle issues around and about. I don't know whether it's the pitches are quite hard at this time of the season and that causes a bit of a problem. I'm not sure. But without any more to do, let's go and have a look at the side that will face Bournemouth in this Championship match day 5. And so to the game against Bournemouth it is. Just before we do that though, so a quick check on the league table going into today's match. Everybody has played 4 games and Millwall are top with 10 points, our goal difference of 6. Birmingham are in second, a goal difference of 5, also on 10 points. We are third, also on 10 points, and then come Derby County in 4th on 9. Bournemouth and Huddersfield are 5th and 6th on 8 points, and Luton are 7th, along with Burnley and Hull, all on 7 points, separated by goal difference. Of course, if we lose today, Bournemouth will jump over us for a start off, and there are a number of other teams. So we could, this time of the season, you can go up and down. It's a bit like snakes and ladders. You can go up and down the table fairly swiftly if you don't string your results together. So we desperately need to make sure we string those results together. Bournemouth, as we said, is 5th. They have Jens Kadusi, doubtful with a twisted ankle. Seems to be a lot of this twisted ankle business about at the moment. Glory Nzingo, doubtful with the twisted ankle. I guess it's because of the ground. It's quite hard this time of year. Stephen Adamson out, of course, out with a torn hamstring. And we have 8 players in on trial. Let's have a look at the side then that will face Bournemouth in this Championship match day 5. And as I said in the preamble, we have sorted out the pictures. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. But this is the side that will face Bournemouth in this match day 5. Virginia is in goal. G, Olsen and DeBeo are defensive line. Johnson and Lawrence are the wing backs with O'Grady Mackham between them. Patterson and Derry, who's in for the injured Adamson on the right. Darcy plays between them. Wakachu is restored to the attack up front, and it's Winterbottom, Armitage, Candlish, Holman, Lependa, Stewart, Whittingham, Franson and Jefferson all on the bench. But as I said, we have got the pictures back. Basically what we did, couldn't fix it, rerun the new game manager thing and all the rest of it, couldn't get the pictures to come in. In the end, what we did is we did a snapshot of the squad. So in effect, the selection that it made was literally of only our squad. Run that through new game manager, and bing, they've all reappeared, including Adamson. If we have a quick look, he was the player, one of the players that was missing last time out. If we go into Adamson, there he is in all his glory. Danish, blonde-haired Stefan Adamson. I think previously he was maybe Asian of some sort, but we've changed him. He's made him proper Danish this time, because I think there's something with Newgan. It doesn't always select the right sort of ethnicity of players. That's one of its little faults. But anyway, there we go. It's all sorted. If you want to know more, ping me a comment and I will try and help you out if you are stuck with yours. That's the team then that faces Bournemouth. And here we are at the Bob Lucas, playing our usual formation. Nothing changed. A few tweaks to it behind the technicals of it. They're playing a 4-3-3. Wiki is their manager, with a defensive midfielder they're playing today. Bournemouth are in 5th on 8 points. We are 3rd on 10 points. Bournemouth playing in all blue, light blue today. This ball out wide. Darcy not quite getting there. And it was a bit of a funny corner. Darcy has support from O'Grady Mack, and Lawrence was the last defender. And he goes all the way back to Yale, Virginia. Yale, Virginia to G. G through the lines. Patterson to Wakachu. Wakachu brings it down. Wakachu puts it away. Second goal of the season for Wakachu. And on, well, I'm not sure if it was 3 or 4 minutes. I wasn't watching the clock. We take the lead against the mighty Bournemouth. Along the coast they come. And over the top. Wakachu bringing it down nicely. 4 minutes on the clock. Lovely ball from Patterson. Question whether he was offside or not. He wasn't. He was being played on, certainly by this defender here, and possibly this defender over here. But he beat the offside trap, had his back to goal. Another corner. Derry with a corner this time. It's a short one. And it's been cleared upfield. Lawrence to Olsen. Not sure those corners are working quite right. De Bayo, O'Grady Mack and Derry through to Patterson. Patterson puts it away. Second goal of the season for him as well. And whoa, on the 11 minutes, we take a 2-goal lead against Bournemouth. And don't forget, Bournemouth last season were playing in the Premier League. And we are playing extremely well. We've been on it. We've put our chances away. That's the difference today. Bournemouth with the ball. 29 minutes on. That was a poor ball. Johnson there. He's played that into midfield. Derry is there. O'Grady Macken. Darcy. De Bayo. Out to Lawrence. Lawrence. What's he going to do? Cross this in low and deep. And Wakachu gets his second of the game. Our third. And you'd like to think that Bournemouth are done. But never say never. But certainly 3 up in half an hour. He's definitely going to rattle the rest of the championship, that's for sure. Lovely ball in from Lawrence. And Wakachu was there to put it away. Question of offside again. And, he's being played on by somebody or other. Maybe a defender here, I don't know. But it's not been given as offside. Free kick, Patterson to Darcy. Oof. Or was it Derry? Might have even been Derry there, actually. Let's have a quick rewind and go back. If we go back 10 seconds, we'll see what happened leading up to that. Free kick, Patterson. It was Derry, actually. Derry was tackled and fired over the top. And half-time arrives, no more highlights. Well, we've contained Bournemouth in this first half, given up a little bit of possession towards the end of that first half. We were very, very dominant up until that point. But I tell you what, both Lawrence and Derry on that right side looking very, very dangerous. Derry taking the opportunity that Adamson is injured to demonstrate that he can do what he needs to do. So 2 goals from Wakachu and a goal from Patterson gives us a 3-0 lead inside half an hour. 8 shots, 6 of which have been on target. 1.42 on the XG, 52% of the possession. They have had 2 shots, 1 on target, 0.12 on the XG, 48% of the possession. I expect them to come back at us in the second half, but hopefully the 3-goal lead is more than enough. 64 minutes on the clock. They made 1 change at half time as they've tried to work out how to thwart us a little bit. But we've got to the hour, just over the hour mark. Lawrence and Derry working together. Derry's been brought down on a penalty. That was a bit fortuitous, I think. Wakachu, he's not good at penalties, but he's put that one away and gets his hat-trick. 4th goal of the season. Of course, that's why he's taken it. It's because he's on a hat-trick. 4th goal of the season for Wakachu. First hat-trick of the season for him. And he's on to try and beat his 23 from last season. And we take a 4-goal lead on 66. Johnson out wide looking for Darcy. Didn't find him on this occasion. Prermier came on at half-time. It's gone out wide to Traore, who's been playing in the middle. Gone wide. Prermier. And Yale Virginia was beaten by Favre. And they get one back. It's a long way back for Bournemouth. But they have got one back. We've not kept a clean sheet. And first time we've seen them actually do anything. And they created... In fact, that took a deflection, didn't it? I think it was G put his foot out. And wrong-footed Yale Virginia. And on nearly 71 minutes, making 3 changes. 2 because they're not playing particularly well. The other one because he's getting tired. Carl Johnson is off. Candlish is on that left side. We have replaced O'Grady Macken with Lorpenda. It's a natural change for us, something we do on a regular basis. And the other player not doing quite so well today was Ronan Darcy. He's been replaced by Niklas Franson, who has played quite well on the occasions that he's played, but he prefers to play as an advanced playmaker. So that's what we will get him to do. I'm just wondering whether might give him another 5 minutes or so and perhaps change Wakachu up front as well. He's got his hat-trick. I don't think we need to test him too much more, or do we? And with 18 minutes on the clock, we're going to make 2 more changes. Not the change I was expecting to make. We have brought on Will Armitage, who's replaced James DeBeo in defence. And the other change that we've made is we have brought off Jesse Dairy, who is getting tired. He's had a good game out there today. We've replaced him and give a run out to Ross Stewart. Candlish with a throw in. Lopenda back to Candlish. And it's a sloppy ball. Dia steps in. And that ball fired forward. And Pinyev gets there. Pulls it back to Lukic. And be nice not to get... It's come back off the crossbar. Lawrence back to Virginia. And it's cleared up field looking for Wakachu. But they still have the ball. Favre comes forward with it. And... yeah, you can see that's well defended. And we've still not won this ball back, and it's still alive. But I think it's all over now. Ball in by Favre, and you can see why they were a Premier League side. Favre on the attack, pulls it back for Wilson. It's fired in, and the shot is blocked by G. That man G again. They have a corner. Favre with the corner. It's swung in. It's gone over the top, though. And that's their last chance. It's all over. 6 minutes of injury time. And we've not just beaten Bournemouth. We've beaten Bournemouth. 3-0 at half-time, 4-1 at the end of the game. Wakachu with a penalty on 66, giving us the 4-1 win. A Fev on 70 minutes, pulling a goal back, but it was only a consolation goal. 11 shots, 7 on target, 2.33, 51% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 2 on target, which I don't think they had about 2 at half-time, and 49% of the possession. I'll tell you what, they were better in the second half, but by golly, did we thrash them in the first half. Let's see where that leaves us in the table. Wakachu picking up a player of the match for his 3 goals, and I'm not surprised. 9.1. He did have higher than that. Possibly should have brought him off, but obviously there were a lot of tired players on that pitch, but everybody played their part. Well, following the masterclass from Wakachu, we've moved up into second place. Goal difference is exactly the same between Birmingham, Millwall and ourselves, all on 13 points. Derby County are 4th on 12. There's a 2-point gap then to Hull City in 5th. Fulham are 6th. And we are now 5 points clear of Burnley, just outside those playoff places. A gap is starting to emerge even at this early stage of the competition. Bournemouth dropped down to 8th by virtue of that loss today, but they are in good company. There are 5 teams on 8 points down there. Swansea, our second opponents of the episode, not had a win so far in the league this season. Lost 3, drawn 2. They only have 2 points. Preston still looking to find their first win. They are on 1 point, and 5 games in a row for Sheffield United. And they haven't found a win yet. Dropped out of the Premier League. Look likely at the moment to be candidates to drop into the League One as well, which is not good news for them. Millwall beating them again by a 1-0. Derby County beating Luton 2-1. Birmingham keeping up their relatively good form. They followed us up and obviously doing very well. 4-2 winners over Preston. So Preston not having a good time at home at all. Fulham beating Swansea by 3-1. So that is how the day's results have gone. We have 3 days down to the match against Swansea in the Carabao Cup. Second round as we try and get further than we've ever been before. A trip to the Swansea.com stadium. We'll be back just ahead of that game with any news. Well, no news to tell you about, really. Mediocre stuff, nothing going on. We've had notice that it's we are less than 1 week away from the transfer window, so that will be coming up in the next episode. So it is on to Swansea then, and the Carabao Cup second round. Can we get through to the third round for the first time? Let's go and find out. And here is the team that will face Swansea City at the Swansea.com stadium in this Carabao Cup second round match. As I say, want to get through to the third round for the first time ever. Can we do it today? It's a completely unchanged side. Virginia in goal. G, Olsen, De Beo are the defensive line. Johnson and Lawrence are the wide wing backs. Grady Macken between them. Patterson and Derry are the wide attackers. Darcy sits behind Wakachu up front, and on the bench it's Winterbottom, Armitage, Canlish, Holman, Labenda, Stewart, Whittingham, Fransden and Jefferson. Here we are at the Swansea.com stadium. They're playing a 4-3-3 with defensive midfielder Barek Bashar is their manager. We're playing our usual formation and the same team. 2 games running. Swansea playing in all white. Johnson with the throw-in at 6 minutes on the clock. We've reverted to our home kit today. We were playing in our away kit or third kit last time for some bizarre reason. Derry outright to Lawrence. Lawrence gets around his man but gives the ball away to Swanson. And he's won that ball back though. Derry tripped Johnson. We try and rework it. Tackles going in here and we're losing the ball, and Swansea have come out on top in these early skirmishes. but Darcy wins that ball back. Johnson, G. Wakachu, Patterson, oof. You'd have had Patterson put that away. But Patterson missing on this occasion, and let's hope it's not an afternoon of missed chances. He was through, beat the goalkeeper, put it wide. We have a free kick, 17 minutes on the clock. Darcy looks like he's going to go direct. He is, and he scored his first goal of the season. Ronan Darcy from a free kick. And on 18 minutes, we take a lead against Swansea. Could tell this wasn't one off of the training ground as much as something different, which we've seen before, but that was a great goal. No more highlights in that first half. It's a very slender lead. A 1-0 at half-time. A Ronan Darcy special free kick gives us the lead. We've had 10 shots, 4 on target, 1.22 on the old XG. 63% of the possession. That's moved up and down, but finished at 63%. Swansea have had 6 shots, 3 of which have been on target, 0.27 and 37% of the possession. They're not without venom, so we need to be careful in the second half. They made 2 changes at half-time. Our first highlight of the second half, 63 minutes in, De Bayo to Derry. De Bayo gone out wide. Don't know what he's going to do here. I thought he was going to lose that ball from me. He's gone all the way back to Yao Virginia. He's way out of his goal. Something goes wrong here. We're in trouble. Olsen to G. G forward. Finds Darcy. Darcy finds Johnson. Johnson, who's made this left wing his own. He's played a lot on the right, but he's brought down. It's a penalty. Clattered to the ground. And I think it's O'Grady Macken who will take it. I'm not sure. It is O'Grady Macken. And he's put it away. It was a very deft goal. And we take a 2-goal lead on 65. Is that enough? His first goal of the season for O'Grady Macken. And he sort of chipped that past the goalkeeper. Very cheeky. And we're nearly 67 minutes on the clock. Making 3 changes. 2 because players not playing particularly well, and also tiredness. Henry Lawrence has come off. Jack Holman comes on for him. O'Grady Macken, who is tired. He's had a fantastic game out there, including scoring a penalty. He's replaced by Tom Lependa. Of course he is. And Travis Patterson. He is replaced by Matt Whittingham. Travis coming back from an injury. Didn't want to play him for too long. But he's also not been performing particularly well. 71 minutes on the clock. Lependa back to Yale, Virginia. From a throw-in from Holman. Olsen. De Bayo. What's he going to do with this? He's come all the way back. Olsen across field. Has G there. G to Johnson. Lependa into midfield. Wakachu goes out wide to Holman. Holman through to Derry. Derry into the area, and it's placed in the back of net. Ronan Darcy gets his 2nd goal of the season. Offside. I don't think he was. Should have been a 3rd goal. All come from the back here, and we'll see it build from the back. Olsen. Very considered build-up. Just a bit of a change of pace. All of a sudden, there's a quick 1-2. Flick of the ball. Johnson, Lependa. See one-touch football. Wakachu goes out wide to Holman. Switches it up. They're scurrying about. I don't think he was. When was he offside in that move? I don't think he was. Oh, he might have been when that ball was played. There is the ball being played. Is he offside? The curve of the pitch doesn't really... I think he may be. I'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt. Going to see the lines now just to prove me right or wrong. He is. Johnson with a throw-in. 75 on the clock. Lependa. Johnson. Johnson tried to get a cross in, and he's been tackled, but he's won the ball back. Johnson, Lependa, Whittingham. It's come off the woodwork, and it's headed back in. It's not gone out for a corner. But Whittingham had a chance, and he rattled the crossbar. And we're nearly 81 minutes on the clock. We have tired legs out there. 2 games in 1 week has really taken its toll. We need to rest these players after this game, depending on how many days we've got down to the next one. But we've made our final 2 changes. Charlie Olsen is off in centre of defence. Will Armitage comes on to replace him. And the final change that we have made is Darcy has come off. Nicholas Frenson comes on to replace him. Having played 5 minutes of injury time at the end of the game, we have secured a 2-0 away win against Swansea City. And, all I can say is another clean sheet for Yale Virginia, and that's going to put him up in the shot window too much. We had 18 shots, 6 on target, 3.13. Probably should have had another goal. 66% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.36 and 34% of the possession. Ronan Darcy after 18. O'Grady Mackin from the penalty spot after 65. And O'Grady Mackin, 3 key passes and a goal to boot, gets in the player of the match. Well, Annabelle's looking a bit butch, to say the least. What was I going to say? But she has told us that we have the Carabao Cup 3rd round draw. I mean, got past the 2nd round. We're further than we've ever been before. Can we get to the 4th round? Let's go and see who we're going to play against first. And this draw will bring us the big boys into the equation as well. From the Premier League at the 3rd round stage. So, with that in mind, let's get it underway. Manchester City of the Premier League will play Middlesbrough of the Championship. Chelsea will play Aston Villa. An all Premier League tie, that one. Prermier, one of the lower sides, will play Walsall. League 2 playing League 1. Queen's Park Rangers will play Exeter City. Championship playing League 1. Leeds of the Premier League will play Tottenham of the Premier League. So Premier League sides going out, whatever happens. Mansfield of League 1 will play Sunderland of the Premier League. Norwich City will play Weymouth. We're going to be playing Norwich, an all Championship tie. Doncaster will play Everton or Preston. Liverpool will play Leicester. Manchester United will play Cardiff. Grimsby Town will play Wolves. Arsenal will play Derby County. Bristol City, they're at home to Halifax Town of League 2. They must fancy getting past them. Brighton will play Blackburn, all of the Premier League, of course. Wrexham will play Newcastle. And Peterborough will play Southampton. That's the draw for the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Let's go and have a look and see how that fits in the schedule. And we are going to come back. We were going to come back a little bit later, but we're going to come back for the next episode. 2 away games then. We're going to be away to Fulham, currently 6th in the Championship. And then we will have a 3rd round tie against Norwich City at Carrow Road. Can we go and beat them? Can we get through to the 4th round? We'll have to wait and see. But that's coming up in the next episode. I apologise for these back-to-backs, but with the Carabao Cup coming along, that's how it is. Depending on how we do, we will... it's possible. When is the... how does the schedule go? So, 3rd round, 4th round draw is on the 6th, but the 4th round isn't towards the end of October. So, we will possibly jump ahead then once we've played that. So Fulham and Norwich in the next episode. Then we'll probably go to the end of September. Hull and Huddersfield down there. And we'll see, or even possibly Huddersfield and Millwall. We'll see. We'll work it out where we're going to go Depending on where they are. Millwall, of course, third at the moment, near the top. Birmingham are top. We haven't got to Birmingham yet. Birmingham's down here somewhere. There they are. So we have to see how we go, but we're continuing our good start to the season. Excellent start, in fact, to the season. So let's hope it continues in the next episode. Fulham in the Championship, Norwich in the Carabao Cup. Join me for that. And I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top, and our other series, of course, Going Dutch, as they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday, Friday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's episode 106. It's out on Tuesday. It's Fulham in the Championship, Norwich in the Carabao Cup. Can we get through to the fourth round? Join me Tuesday and we'll find out together. Till then, have yourselves a great weekend. Bye-bye.